holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And here's what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Lakers. On Friday, they'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Saturday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Blackwell in at the small forward. And for Los Angeles, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. And it's Jeffries in at the center, filling out the middle. You've seen a lot of teams over your time that have been terrific starting a season, then just fall apart second half of the season.
Have you seen it, Kevin, happen with teams that have really good veteran players? I've seen it with young teams.
Yeah, unravel. I mean, it's painful to watch. None come to mind, but I'm sure you could start to find teams that are 10 wins below from one half of the season to the next.
And some of that we know. It can happen with injuries to a star player and you just are dismantled. But a lot of
like
times...
Like the Pacers with Oladipo.
Yeah.
They were a different team the last quarter of the season.
It's a great call, Kevin. But a lot of times it happens with young teams because if you get off to such a hot start and it's a bit unexpected, there's going to be a lot more attention on you. And you start to feel like, oh, well, we've arrived. This is easy. We've done this for 35, 40 games. No problem. Well, the league figures you out. And a lot of times young teams that have early success are probably the most susceptible to this lemmings kind of falling off the cliff type of deal.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to talk. Facing one of the game's truly elite players in Anthony Davis, he said, an all-around player, he'll find a way to affect the game. We've got to build a wall, force him to be a playmaker. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. It's hauled in by Adams. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. Rebounded by the Lakers. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense. Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Blackwell, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
I saw a green light there, Kevin, but he's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Over to the wing, to the paint. It's tipped. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Here's Paul. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Paul's got 6. Lakers trail by 4.
And every season, the Thunder continue to be one of the more dominating teams on the glass.
Just wonder how much Steven Adams has been the catalyst for that kind of mentality. We know that offensively he's always in there to grab rebounds, but it's part of what they know is important in any possession is collecting the ball.
Here's Paul following the basket by LeBron James. Paul passes to Gallinari. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Gallinari's got his second basket of the game.
Chris Paul at his best right there on that kind of play. A legendary distributor who spots the open man.
Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Gallinari against LeBron. Gallinari kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Six on the shot clock. Beyond the arc. Adams. And it's Adams on the follow.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And the Lakers decide to take their first timeout here. Some good defense in the NBA, so let's check out the leaders. The Lakers, #1.
And this team has been completely dominant. Fewest points per game allowed in the league. These guys are talented. They trust each other. They work together. You just won't find better coaching on the defensive end of the floor.
Inside. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now Diallo. Adams down low. Covered by Morris. Adams' shot is good.
The motor right now for Steven Adams is humming on the glass, getting after it.
Kuzma outside. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter. On the wing, Ingles. Who got it from 16 feet.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Now here's Schroeder. Not a lot of room. To the right wing, puts it up. The tie for the ball, and out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Oklahoma City out in front. They lead by 4. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student.
The steals thing is just something that I've always had a knack for doing, and just I think it's because I watch so much basketball.
Well, you hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits, what they like to do, gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Lakers 5 right now. Passes it to Diallo. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. The hand on it. But they get it there. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Lakers trail.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Back to Schroeder. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
And it's Schroeder in the corner. His three-pointers off the mark. Los Angeles has gone 1 or 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. We talk so much about the stars in this league, Brent. Name some role players who, when they do get hot, they can be terrific.
Well, there's nobody better, and I think he's ripped out a page from Seattle's own Jamal Crawford. There's been nobody better in the last couple of years than what Lou Williams has represented for the Clippers. He's had scoring performances, Kevin, and you've been witness to them courtside. where it's just astounding that he can go and get where he wants to go and make the types of shots that he's been able to do. And this is a revelation because this is 7, 8, 9 years that he's been in the league, and he's doing this with such great impact and thankfully, rightfully, been rewarded for it. He does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Here is Cook. He's guarded by Schroeder. Kuzma outside. Three-pointer. Traps in the tray. He's got 14.
Yeah, he couldn't connect on anything from outside in the first quarter, but now he's at 2 threes in the second quarter, and he looks much better.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Back to Cook. Down low, Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
And with his size and athletic ability, playing above the rim, not an issue for Kuzma.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Schroeder. That shot misses. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Caruso, the pass to James. From deep three-point range. No good on the last second attempt there. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Here with head coach Billy Donovan. Coach, it's been back and forth in the first half. What's it going to come down to?
Well, obviously it's close. We know we're playing against a great team, so we just got to keep grinding and keep playing.
See how it turns out, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a quick one as both teams try to gain an edge. Here's James. So for Oklahoma City right now, Gallinari and Adams, the combo on front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Blackwell in at the 3, the small forward. Rebounded by the Lakers. Davis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions. Well, we keep talking a lot about Anthony Davis and the fact that when he was a young player, he played the point guard position, and then all of a sudden grew like 60 inches to play center position. You see that skill set show up now and again, but really what you're seeing now about AD is his maturity in the game, finding spots on the floor where he can absolutely be dominant and control any kind of offensive possession from wherever he is on the floor.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder, trailing here by 8. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Davis against Gallinari. And Davis sends it back.
Just a wonderful effort from Davis on the defensive end with that rejection.
Morris is checked in for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma comes in for James. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Paul. Third quarter quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Adams trying to free himself up. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And at Kentucky, Davis mostly an interior player, but he maintained, Brent, all along, he was capable of more than he showed in college.
There's no question about his skill set, and in the NBA, the opportunity, along with the transition of the NBA game, and especially the center position, he seems to be coming along at the appropriate time to show all of his wares off.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
This team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 points for him. Offensive rebound. Not as good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Adams.
Well, a combination of muscle and some focus right there allows Steven Adams to collect another bucket.
It's good.
A much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment, goes straight to the rim.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone only 1 of 6 in the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half starting. To the right side. Here's Schroeder. He gets that one. Schroeder's got his second bucket of the night.
What a nice looking shot from Schroeder there. Caught the defense off guard with the beautiful float.
Timeout called the Lakers. Well, when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
Here's Cook. And no good. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Here's Diallo. Here's Adams. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
There's the willingness to compete from Steven Adams right there. Finishes through contact.
On the left block. Here is Cook. He's guarded by Schroeder and stolen by Diallo. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Ferguson kicks to Diallo. 3-pointer. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. The Lakers will take possession. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Gallinari.
The most positive thing about his last 10 games, the work on defense. His mindset has become very aggressive. The steals are up, and he's becoming a big factor on the defensive end.
Latrey. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's falling here since.
The pass to Diallo. It's stolen. Cook looking it over to the inside. A stupendous finish in traffic. He's got 22.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Pass to Adams. Here's Ferguson. Back to Schroeder. Shot clock at 6. Lets the 3 fly. Ferguson misses. Lakers leading by 10.
Pick up the pace. Get the 2 for 1 here.
Be smart, but execute at the same time. Let's see what they do.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Schroeder outside. Pass to Adams. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
Well, Steven Adams still working on becoming a better and more consistent free throw shooter, so another opportunity upcoming.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots. That free throw missing.
The 12th pick in the NBA draft back in 2013. The cool thing would be, Kevin, if Steven Adams plays as many seasons as he has siblings. That would be 17.
Good on the second free throw. Here is Cook. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Lets it go with a three. No good there. And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So, and let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Joe Ingles. He's out there with LeBron James. Anthony Davis is out there with Cook. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Diallo, no good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
There's a lot of talk, Brent, about eliminating divisions, something that's been discussed. I think that's going to happen.
I don't understand what the divisions are. Do you?
No. We don't pay attention to the divisions.
We don't pay any attention to the divisions.
It's all about conference.
And we know that divisions end up helping in some ways with the playoff seedings, but it just seems strange today to have the divisions the way they are divided up. I think it helps when you're opening up the fish wrap in the morning if you check a traditional newspaper, but otherwise, there could be something that goes away soon.
Some changes for the Lakers. Jeffries is checked in, and it's Alex Caruso in for Quinn Cook. The Thunder also changing it up. Alinari, he's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And Gilgeous Alexander is subbed in for Diallo. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He was disappointed in the shot selection. He told them, stay patient, run the offense, make the extra pass. You don't have to make up the deficit all at once. See if they start shooting a little better. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Well, we've talked so much about Gilgeous Alexander's athleticism. This is the reason why, on display.
Kicks it out to James. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Adams, some nice D.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
He gets it in there. He has 29.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Schroeder, hands the 12-footer.
He's such a strong offensive player. Schroeder is capable of knocking down some mid-range shots if you give him some room.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And the Thunder making a switch here. Paul's checked in. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Pass to Caruso. James against Paul. The pass to Caruso. Lakers working the ball around now. James, no good. Thunder trailing by 12. High arcing shot, and he lays it up and in.
Gilgeous Alexander, some imaginative offense on that play.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. James looking around. From 15 feet away, here's Davis, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Lakers lead by 12.
Yeah, to look at the frame of AD when he came into the league as opposed to it is now, he's so much more tough and more physical and doesn't mind the contact.
Here's Paul, pass to Blackman, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Los Angeles leading by 12. Right side Davis. And taken away by Paul. you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Chalk up 2 there.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. To the middle. And to get open is Davis. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. First one falls for. No good on the second free throw. Thunder trailing by 11. Paul with the ball. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Well, right now the defense completely uncomfortable in guarding pick and rolls with Chris Paul. He loves to dice up the D in those sets.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Gallinari. He hits the first one, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
2 shots.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Thunder have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's guarded by Davis. Paul outside. There's the triple. Buries it from three-point range.
Once Paul makes up his mind, he does not hesitate on that play and is developing his three-point game later in his career.
Caruso lays it up and banks it in. And the Lakers lead by 10.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 10. 43 seconds left in the fourth. And with this game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here is Cook. And so the Lakers take the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that.